Hi everyone, this is Carol Hill. This is a video about how to get help when indexing on FamilySearch. So I had pulled up this batch, burials in Lancaster County in the year 1890, and I noticed as I was going through the different entries that whoever had started indexing this had only gotten 2 entries, and then this third one is blank. So I was looking at the image and I thought, okay, I could see why it would have a little bit of a hard time. First off, there's this blank entry right here. And so a question might be, well, do I leave it as a blank entry or do I skip and go to the next one and just start typing that one? So we're going to look and find the answer to that. And then the other thing too is there's these lines through these 2 entries. And I can read them. They're a little faint, but I can make them out, especially if I zoom in. But should I index those? Should I not? Because it looks like maybe it was canceled out. So we're going to find those answers by going over the help. So first off, you can find the help up here where my little hand is up at the help. And in the pull down, the first thing that is the help is the field help. And what it says is just click on the field to see the field help. So I love this because you can click in all of these fields and you will always see this little question mark with the purple around it, every single one. And so for like this page number, let's say I don't know where the page number is. I'm sitting right here and it's actually just above it, but what if it's at the bottom? It'll tell you where you typically can find it. And then it tells you, do not include zeros written at the beginning and things like that. So it's really helpful to see what they want you to index. So that's in every field help. Okay, then the next part of help is the project instructions. And if you didn't really look at these at the very first, you can always come back and look at them. And I've done that several times. So you can click here for it, or you can also click right here for project instructions, and it's also down at the very bottom. So there's a few places that you can find it. And so what I'm indexing is the burial register. So what I love about this is you can see an example. So it'll show you, where the page number is. It'll show you the year of these records, because there's not years written in here. Sometimes you will find them if it changes to a new year, but typically it's going to be this year for all of them. And then it also just shows you what you're going to index. And this is so awesome to have this help. But one thing, as you can see, when you index, you're not going to index everything on the page. And so this column here is where they were living. And so make sure when you find your own index records that you go to the image and look at the images and make sure, because you can find some interesting things and some things that they didn't have you index. So always look at the image. So anyway, that gives you the example. And what to remember about this project, this is where I found the question of whether I should index that blank line. And it tells me right here, if a line was left blank, skip to the next line that has information, and don't mark an entry blank. So that gave me that answer right there, which I love. And then there's also this general indexing guidelines. And I was wondering about this crossed out information. And so in this general indexing, I was able to pull this up, and this goes over crossed out and corrected and canceled or void. But this second one here was when information was crossed out, was not replaced, and can be read, type the crossed out information. So that was awesome. That gave me that answer to that question. So when I'm indexing this, I would go ahead and add that information as much as I could read. And then there's other things here too under the general indexing guidelines, like handwriting help. And I wanted to show that to you really quick because it's easy to find. It's this little pencil with the little cursive in front of it. And this is so nice because when you look at documents, these are just some examples of different ways that they've written letters. And so this can be really helpful in determining what a letter is that you're trying to figure out. And you also can look on the page for other words and see if you can figure out what that letter is. Sometimes when it's used in a different word, it works better. I mean, you can understand it and figure it out better. Also, another help is these international characters. So if you are doing any international and want to put the right character, you'll want to click on that and click on them, and that'll add them. And then also a couple other things on the help is if you need help, you can actually share this batch. So you could share this batch with someone. You can copy this link and send it in a message, and a helper can come on and they can click on that link and they can go right to the batch. So if you're like, I don't know what this says, or I'm not sure what to do here, then you can get help from that person. Maybe you have a friend. You can also give the code to someone helping you over the phone. So if you're talking to someone on the phone and you give them that code, then they can pull that up. And let me show you if you are someone that gets it shared to you, you can go back to the help and you can open shared batch. And then this is right here. So that code that they give you, you can put in there and you can open it too. So you can come in and see what someone else is doing. So I think that's an awesome feature for getting help. Couple of other things, and then I'll be done, is this community help. So this is actually, FamilySearch has a community, and it is a lot like Facebook. It hasn't been out too long, but you can go ahead here. You could search for a question. You should be able to, you'd have to sign in, but then you can also ask a question too once you've signed in. So this is really good also for getting help. And let's go back. I think that's pretty much it. There are keyboard shortcuts if you get advanced and want to use that. But anyway, that's just a way that you can get help from FamilySearch. It's awesome. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you're having a great day.